Well, Joe Biden falls apart. Let's start the show. The Gateway Pundit reports that Joe Biden on Sunday evening pandered to black voters, no surprise there, at the annual NAACP Freedom Fun Dinner in Detroit, Michigan. Joe, you ain't black. You ain't black. Biden is losing support among black voters, so he spent the last several days traveling to key swing states lying to them. Meanwhile, President Trump has more than doubled his support among black voters. If you don't believe me, watch this clip from CNN. They were freaking out about it just the other day. Here they are explaining the truth.
But look at this number for Donald Trump, 22%. Where was Donald Trump at this point 4 years ago in the polls? He was just at 9% of the vote. So he's seen more than a doubling in his support among African Americans. This margin, which was in the 70s just 4 years ago, look at where it is now, 69 minus 22. That puts it in the 40s. My goodness gracious. If this held through the general election, obviously we're still months away, this would be by far the best performance for a Republican candidate among black voters in a generation, 2 generations, probably since 1960 and Richard Nixon against John F. Kennedy. That's how long we're really talking about when we're looking at this margin here. This could be a truly historic margin. It's quite a troubling sign.
Quite a troubling sign indeed. Well, Biden gave another speech full of gaffes and lies at the NAACP dinner. Because of your vote, he said, it's the only reason I'm standing here as the president of the United States of America. Biden told the crowd of blacks one of his favorite lies, saying that he got involved in the civil rights movement when he was just 15 years old. RNC Research published the clip. Watch it and listen for yourself.
My name's Joe Biden, and I'm a lifetime member of the NAACP. Matter of fact, the first organization I ever joined was the NAACP. Didn't get to vote till you were 21 in those days, but I got involved in civil rights when I was 15.
Oh, well, let's take that claim and debunk it. Was he really elected or brought in to the civil rights movement at 15? No, the lie has repeatedly been debunked. Okay, in 1987, Joe Biden falsely claimed that he marched into the civil rights movement and eventually dropped out of the presidential race. Biden finally admitted that he lied about marching the civil rights movement. He doesn't think that we save the receipts. Oh, yeah, we save the receipts here at VNN. Watch these clips. Here's him admitting that he lied.
When I marched in the civil rights movement, I did not march with a 12-point program. I marched with tens of thousands of others to change attitudes. And we changed attitudes.
When I was 17 years old, like many of you, I participated in sit-ins to desegregate the restaurants and movie houses of Wilmington, Delaware.
I came out of the civil rights movement. I was one of those guys that sat in and marched and all that stuff. During the 60s, I was, in fact, very concerned about the civil rights movement. I was not an activist. I worked at an all-black swimming pool in the east side of Wilmington, Delaware. I was involved in what they were thinking, what they were feeling. I was involved, but I was not out marching. I was not down in Selma. I was not anywhere else. I was a suburbanite kid who got a dose of exposure to what was happening to black Americans when I'm in my own city.
You know, when I was a teenager in Delaware, for real, I got involved in the civil rights movement. We have the 8th largest black population in America. Most people don't know that. And I'd go to 8 o'clock Mass, then I'd go to Reverend Herring's church where we'd meet in order to organize and figure where we were going to go, whether we were going to desegregate the Rialto movie theater or what we were going to do. I got my education for real in the black church. And that's not hyperbole, it's a fact. But I got my education, Reverend Doc, in the black church. Not a joke. Because when we used to get organized on Sundays to go out and desegregate movie theaters and things like that, we do it through the black church. I was no big shakes, Reverend, in the civil rights movement. I was just a kid. I got involved in desegregated movie theaters and helping, you may remember Reverend Moyer in Delaware and Herman Holloway organized voter registration drives. coming out of black churches on Sunday, figuring how we were going to move. In October, I was invited to the National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis to receive the Freedom
How long
Award.
was this? All right, I'm done with this. He lies and he lies and he lies. And that's what we got to remind you guys. Look, you can't lie to yourself every day. You've got to realize, just like Biden is deceiving the country, if you've got debt, it's not going to go away unless you tackle it. Whether it's credit card debt, you pulled out loans you can't pay back. Maybe you've got car loans, a mortgage, and you're like, man, how do I get control of my spending? Maybe you've even gotten control of your spending, but you don't know how to work on your debt. Prices are too high. You don't want to pull out a loan. You don't want to file for bankruptcy. Well, I have a solution for you. My friends at Done With Debt right now have a time-sensitive solution that doesn't require a loan, doesn't require filing bankruptcy, and they'll help you today. All you got to do is go to donewithdebt.com, donewithdebt.com, click Vigilant News at checkout, and they will legitimately help you to get rid of your debt. I know that it's on your mind. You've been waiting to make a move. Just check it out. Talk to them at Done With That. See how they can help you today, because I can guarantee you, you don't want to be like Biden, lying about your reality. You want to make your reality truthful and easy to deal with, because this country isn't going to get any better, and your debt ain't going to go away unless you work on it today at donewithdebt.com. You know, it is interesting, though. Joe Biden had another gaffe at this event where he actually talked about how he was around during the COVID pandemic. Watch.
And when I was vice president, things were kind of bad during the pandemic. And what happened was, Barack said to me, go to Detroit and help fix it. Well, poor mayor, he spent more time with me than he ever thought he was going to have to.
Well, I see. The problem is that he's probably talking about the bird flu, right, or the swine flu. So what? Maybe it was a swine flu pandemic. I don't even know if that was real, but I think he's talking about a different pandemic. But he said the pandemic, which of course he forgot that in the mode of scamming Americans, they've already moved on from the previous scamdemic into the new one, and that's what they're convinced us all of. So he's got to get with the times. He doesn't know where he's at. You know, inside sources say that he forgets about the details about his family, forgets that he's not vice president to this day. Sometimes he thinks he's the vice president. The poor guy is falling apart. I'd love to know what you think about Biden in the comments below. Give me your feedback. What do you think about this? Do you think that Biden really was a civil rights leader, or maybe he's a racist crony who takes advantage of our country? Give me your comments. Make sure that you like this video, share the content, grab the URL, retweet. It doesn't hurt you, and it's free. And don't forget to get rid of your debt today with donewithdebt.com. Vigilant News at checkout. My name's Elijah Schaefer. Have a great rest of the week, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.